Hey guys, it's Coach Gaglione here from GaglioneStrength.com. We have all-time record holder Larry Williams here. How you doing today, Larry?
Doing great, thanks.
So today we're talking about a lot of people want to build strength, but they also want to build muscle. One of the things that you're known for is, like, besides just lifting, world record numbers, is that you have a pretty imposing physique. You got a lot of muscle. So for someone that's maybe just starting out, they want to get a little stronger, but they also want to get bigger. A term a lot of people use is like they want to be like maybe a power builder. What are some things that you did when you were kind of growing up to start putting on some size and strength?
Okay, when I first started out, I knew I wanted to be a powerlifter. But I also read up and I knew that you need a strong base before you can start putting whatever amount of weight you want on your back and in your hands. So for me, I spent a couple of years just building the size I wanted to. And ever since, I've been around the same size. When I was 17, 18, I hit just about as big as I am now. I was 240, 250, and that's when I started moving over to powerlifting. I do things like bicep curls every other day. I do dumbbell work just to get a nice pump in, and I would do all the machines for legs. I do leg curls, and
there's a lot of variety and a lot of like higher rep work, would you say?
Yeah. Exactly.
And even before that, I know like you had like a little barbell in your basement. And you said, so what kind of exercise were you doing when you only had a barbell? You didn't have a rack or anything. What kind of stuff were you doing then?
You can do a lot with just a barbell. What I did was floor presses. I did bicep curls with it. I pushed it over my head, do shoulder presses, and then I had a little pull-up bar in my doorway, and I would do pull-ups, chin-ups, and regular pull-ups every single day. Looking back, I wish I took a day off in between each session, but I did every day, and I still made a nice transformation for myself.
Cool. So I think some tips for those that want to add size and strength: a little higher volume, a little higher frequency. Maybe you're not using as heavy weight, especially when you're starting out, but you did a lot of even body weight exercises are great, and kind of more going for like a pump versus trying to really crush yourself with really super heavy weights. Really trying to engage the muscle, getting a mind-muscle connection. So if you're trying to work your biceps, really trying to make sure you feel your bicep working. If you're trying to work your chest on a press, really try and feel your chest working. Or if you're trying to do a tricep extension, try and feel that back of your arm kind of fire and the triceps kind of working. So as you've kind of gotten older, more sophisticated, you said you've taken some days off and stuff. So how have you kind of transitioned to also keeping your size and improving your strength at the same time?
Well, now I really just focused on staying mobile and staying healthy for getting under those big weights and having adequate time in between each session.
Make sure to recover.
Really listen to my body. So if something doesn't feel right, I make sure that I just cut it. There's nothing to prove to anyone that day or myself. And I'm looking at it in the long run. Like I don't really believe in like working around the injury if I don't need to. Like if there's a deadline, that's a different story. But if I'm just going through recreational training, or if I'm just for example, like 13 or 16 or 20 weeks out from a meet, I'm not going to push myself when I know I can, when I know something's not feeling right.
If someone's just starting out, like what are some like exercises that you'd recommend that someone just starts doing if they're kind of a beginner and they're just kind of getting into the gym for the first time?
I think doing the big three are for any level of beginner, intermediate, advanced.
Sure.
That's what you should be focusing on, because if you're trying to be a powerlifter, you should be starting off with those three. And unless you have some sort of injury that prevents you from doing it and you need to work around it, then I say just do the squat, bench, and deadlift. And anything else, like secondary movements, that's up to you.
So I think if you're super young, there's nothing wrong with doing a bench, squat, and deadlift just with like dumbbells or even body weight. And as you get more advanced, you can add the barbell in. Slow progressions over time. So I think Larry hit the nail on the head. The basics are what win. I heard a quote, it's really kind of memorable. You want to do simple things savagely well. So those big three, man, whether you're, Milanachev and you're like squatting over 1,000, or you're just a newbie starting out with a broomstick, just doing the bench, squat, and deadlift and just getting stronger at those, improving more volume, improving your reps. It's going to help you kind of build both size and strength, and it's going to give you that foundation you need. And if there's other periods of time where you want to focus more on bodybuilding versus powerlifting, you could add in some more cable work and machines and dumbbells and do those isolation exercises. But do the strength moves first, focus on getting strong early in the workout, and then you can kind of go into those accessory movements. So that's our advice on how to get strong, build size and strength. So if you want to get into some power building workouts, that's our kind of recommendations and guidelines for that. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys check out the links below. Please click subscribe for more upcoming content, and we'll see you guys next time.